and see what's going on with the weekly news for the Bengals. Oh, Hutch, Conspiracy Brother made his way back to the podcast.
Hey.
Yes, all right. So coming
Oh,
out of
yeah.
that,
The
yeah.
white ball has to knock out the black ball at the end.
Yes, exactly. So the coming out of the Bengals game at the next practice or whatever, Jermain Burton wasn't there. We give him his background. He's a third round pick last year, first round talent, undrafted free agent brain. He comes into the league. You know, the Bengals are really happy with him. He comes in. TJ Houshmandzadeh is his mentor. You know, like there's all the things for him to be successful in this particular offense. You know, again, I will say this to the end of time. Had he come in and been essentially anything, there ain't no way, no how that T. Higgins is on this team. Like at all. They weren't gonna pay that money. This was the T. Higgins replacement. But his penchant for hanging out late at night, not paying rent, going to the casinos, dating underage girls. Like I mean, he was like Ray Maluga on steroids, Hutch. You know what I'm saying? And he allegedly turned it around in the offseason because obviously that's sort of being cut and kicked out of the league. He was essentially doing the Dad Johnson, you know, being at the facility all the time, essentially eat, sleeping, and being there. And, you know, he was doing everything right. And then he returned punts in that game and kickoffs in that game. He had a really good punt return, I believe. And then he didn't show up to practice that next day. And everybody's like tweeting about it, like Jermain Burton not here, Jermain Burton not here, not on the rehab field. Like what's going on? Like where's Jermain Burton or whatever? And you know, then after practice, the Bengals were like, oh yeah, he had an injury. You know, something was going on with his knee or whatever. And then you know he gives out the notes app thing, essentially like y'all are dragging my name through the mud or whatever. You know, I was hurt, and then you know subsequent practices he's out on the rehab field, and I think he actually practiced full yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Conspiracy brother would say this is some bullshit. Conspiracy brother would say like he should have been out on the rehab field, or hey, somebody would have said like, hey, Jermaine got hurt in the preseason game last night, like whatever. Like, how is this is conspiracy brother making too much out of this, or this is one of them double secret probation? Something happened, and you know we're gonna just hide the injury or whatever. What maybe it wasn't that serious. Maybe he paid the rent or whatever, you know. But something happened, and we just need to cover it up because we don't want to cut.
Yes, this is conspiracy all day. he fucking up, and I don't know. I mean, we grew up in that area. I mean, it's you think it's a big town. You 6 foot something black. You stand out.
Yeah.
And you can't pay your rent in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
2 times.
Yeah, 2 different spots.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Yeah. This seems fishy to me. I'm sorry, and you know me, you've been around me, and you know me obviously well. I'm generally not conspiracy brother. This seems a little bit off. Like, especially if y'all know or the Bengals know that people, if he's not showing up to practice, it's going to be a problem. You'd be like, oh yeah, you know, the wide receiver coach, the assistant wide receiver coach, the videographer couldn't have been like, oh no, he hurt his knee last night or whatever. He's in, he's getting treatment. Oh, okay, and that's it. No, they didn't do that shit until practice was over.
Right.
Like that seems like y'all were getting your stories together to make sure that all the bases was covered.
That's right.
This is a definite conspiracy, brother.
Right. This is aliens crashing Roswell. Next day, no, it's a weather balloon.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he had 1 catch, I think, for 3 yards in the preseason game. He's essentially the 5th wide receiver on the depth chart at this point because Charlie Jones has passed him up, and Charlie Jones can return punts and kicks. He's one of like, I don't know, I saw something like maybe 7 dudes ever in NFL history that has a kickoff return and a punt return for a touchdown. Like, and he's making plays. You know, he's our Wes Welker at this particular.
He shows
time.
up, right? He's right. He's right. He's a gym rat.
Yeah,
all that.
So now, like, if you're fighting for, 5th or 6th wide receiver spots, I mean, I don't. There's no way in the world that he gets cut, and there's no way they could stash him on the practice squad because he'll get picked up.
Mm-hmm.
But man, he's going to be a whole bunch of, game day inactives at this particular time. and he's a third round pick last year. Like, you need some sort of contribution from this man who has all the talent in the world going into year two. Like, you do.
Chris Henry again. Oh.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Chris Henry produced on the field, though. Chris Henry
the parallels between the 2005s and 2025 are just amazing.
Yeah, Chris Henry produced though. Like,
Chris Henry produced, but he was also he had his moments.
Yeah, he was a terror in the streets them first couple of years. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. This just didn't seem right. Like I said, he sent out the notes app thing, and it was like, oh, I was like, well, one, you clearly hired a PR person, which is probably a good thing, or the Bengals PR person did that notes app for you because.
Right.
You know
the Bengals got, well, maybe they got somebody following them around. Or I mean a hoosh.
Yeah.
I mean the dude he making enough money to not be in the news.
Yeah.
But him whatever is in the news too much.
Yeah. He seems like an ample trade candidate for a team that's desperate for a wide receiver. And maybe y'all got an offensive lineman y'all want to like swap out for some reason.
I mean, the Raiders got their problems with running or wide receivers. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs got their wide receivers going to jail after the season. Right. I mean, trouble. You don't need that much trouble. Right. And wide receivers are the one thing the colleges are putting out left and right.
That's for sure. Right. Especially if this dude again, obviously T, Jamar, Yoshi, there's your top three people right there. And now what? Charlie Jones, and then what? You're the fifth wide receiver. You might not be a game day active.
And I mean, right? Both tight ends when healthy should be D's.
Right. Yeah. No offense.
I mean, the running back should be even that other running back that's raising up the charts. D's. You about to be. About to be 11 out of the top 10.
Yeah, he's definitely racing towards a game day inactive. If something doesn't change. So, but yeah, all right, yeah, I'm just making sure I wasn't the only conspiracy brother on this particular
you're not the only one.